Welcome to Tom and Andy's podcast show. This episode is brought to you by our sponsor, the Music Factory, Blackpool, England. If you're easily offended or a snowflake, then go and mither someone else. How do?
Hey up, help yourselves to a cup of tea.
Oh, lovely. You can taste the French soil in this tea, can't you, Andy?
Well, you know what, Tom? The tea leaves are picked from the tea vines in early May, apparently.
Oh, really? I know one thing. It's a nice cup of tea, mate. I'll pop the teapot in the ice bucket to keep warm.
I'll tell you what, that's a good idea, Tom.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's no point sitting here enjoying life to the full. We've got work to do.
You're right there, pal. And here's this week's news headlines on the 30th of November 2022.
Where's the time gone, Tom? 30th of November already.
I know. It didn't seem like it was the 29th yesterday, did it?
It didn't. Doesn't seem as though it's going to be the 1st of December tomorrow either.
No. Right, a climate change protester has been arrested for trying to confront Sir David Attenborough as he dined at a Michelin star fish restaurant. Emma Smart, apparently, not too smart.
Yeah, not too smart.
An activist for the campaign group Animal Rebellion. Where the hell do they get the names?
I know.
Allegedly caused a disturbance at the Catfish Market Eatery in Weymouth, Dorset. She said listen to this, Andy. She targeted the restaurant as its expensive menu was a symbol of excess and inequality. What a load of bollocks.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Tom.
Thank you very much indeed.
Elon Musk has meltdown on Twitter after 75% of his workforce quits.
Oh, Christ.
The 51-year-old billionaire gave his workers until 5 p.m. Thursday to decide whether they wanted to stay on or leave the platform he's now in charge of.
My God, yeah, he really has, hasn't he?
He's gone to town on it, yeah.
Yeah, don't mess about, does Elon?
No.
Kim Jong-un says he will respond with nuclear weapons and total confrontation if attacked in the same way. Hang on, I've just worked some out here, Andy.
Would he still be here if he was attacked in the same way?
What I was just going to say. If you're attacked, you won't have time to press a button. You haven't thought this through, have you, little fat man?
Spoon of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom, this is an interesting one.
Right.
They've been testing mince pies this week from
yes.
Marks and Spencer, Aldi, Morrison's, and there was a clear winner.
Right.
The box included a clear panel you could see the mince pies through. The mince pies lids were designed to look like a snowflake, and they had a light dusting of sugar. Yeah, the winner was, yeah, you've guessed it, Marks and Spencer.
Did they win again?
Yeah.
They are nice.
Yeah, they are nice, aren't they? Nice food.
Here's a nice British little story for you, Andy. An Albanian double murderer faces being extradited from Britain. Oh, bless him.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, hang on. For the second time. After sneaking into the UK twice and even gaining citizenship under a false name. Bless him.
Oh, yeah.
Irania Zakwanik. Good old British name.
Yep.
50. Allegedly shot two men in an Albanian village in 1999, but slipped into the UK in the back of a lorry 5 months later and claimed asylum under the name Clement Zarac. After telling officials he was a Kosovan refugee. Oh, bless him.
It's unbelievable, Tom.
Bless him. He only did 2 murders.
Yeah, 2. Yeah. One's not enough. Do 2. An army veteran hunted down a 13-year-old boy in his car before sending him flying through the air after veering into the cyclist's path. PC James Boldley from Merseyside Police sought out the youngster after he had been involved in a dispute with his teenage daughter. The schoolboy was left seriously injured, but the enraged girl's father continued to attack him on the ground.
Oh, dear me. You know, funny enough, I saw a program last night on the television, and it's a similar story. And this guy was, and here's a bit of advice for everybody. This guy was selling this motorbike, and he put it out there on Facebook or whatever. And they
Yeah.
contacted him. He gave them his address. So in the middle of the night, they came round to nick it. And,
To nick what?
To nick his motorbike.
Oh, to nick it. All right.
Yeah, because they had his address, you see.
Wow.
And anyway, he saw him on CCTV, ran out, and he chased after him in his car. But while he's chasing him, they were on a motorbike. He hit the curb, spun, and hit them on the motorbike.
Right.
They crashed into another car. One was almost killed, and the other one very, very seriously injured. They got a warning, and he got 22 months in prison.
Yeah, it sounds about right, that, Tom.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Anyway.
The British justice system.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? A bit
Crazy.
weird. And that was the news. Good night. Oh, just a minute. Line 2.
Hello, it's Father O'Reilly. What did the duck say when it bought lipstick?
What did the duck say when it bought lipstick? Hang on, we know. Put it on the bill.
You pair of fat fliddly rimming backdoor huttle bag of twats.
Thank you very much, Reverend.
It's time for
The very simple, in fact, even I can answer some of the questions game. How many times can a horse win the Derby? I'm not into horse racing, are you?
I used to be years ago, but not for years now. No, not really.
Anyway, it's once. Can only win the Derby once.
Really? That's surprising, isn't it?
Shoot it then. No, they don't.
What martial arts name means leisure time? That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
And the answer is Kung Fu.
All right. What was the first man-made satellite called? I remember this going up. You know, it's about between a football and a tennis ball size.
Really?
It's only tiny, yeah. Sputnik 1.
I remember that name.
Yeah, Sputnik 1. It went off on the top of a rocket, and then it started hurtling around. It was a major, major step forward, this little thing hurtling around the Earth, and every now and again it just went beep.
Wow.
Beep. Yeah, and that was
What
the beginning.
is an Argentine cowboy called? Gaucho.
What nuts are used in marzipan? Almonds.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Who scored the last goal of the 1966 World Cup final?
See how we're right on the ball, aren't we, with these
Hey, we're right on the
questions?
ball tonight,
Yeah.
Tom. I see what you did there.
1966.
The answer is Jeff Hurst.
You think it's over? It is now. What are that was an absolute brilliant comment, wasn't it?
Brilliant commentary. It's
It was
probably.
just-
I don't think there's been any better commentary
No.
ever. That's how good it was, Tom.
And I used to love him doing
Oh,
the
brilliant.
football.
Keith Wolstenholme, wasn't it?
Wolstenholme, yeah.
Keith Wolstenholme,
Yeah, they think it's all over. It is now.
It is now.
Oh,
Brilliant.
brilliant.
It's
And
fantastic.
you couldn't have written it because he booted it in the net right on the second, didn't he?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
What are the front cutting teeth called? Incisors.
What's the red planet?
I know.
Mars.
This is an easy one as well. Where is the Sea of Tranquility? That is on the moon.
What is the chemical symbol for oxygen? And the answer is dead easy. O.
Well, that was difficult then. How many sheets of paper in a ream? I know this because my dad used to be a printer, you know.
Right, did he? Didn't know that.
Yeah. There's 500 pieces of paper in a ream.
And what is the nearest star to Pluto? And the answer is Sun.
Yeah. You don't really see the sun being a star as such.
No,
do
you don't, do you? No.
Oh, and that's it. And that was the
The
very
very
simple.
simple.
In fact, even I can answer some of the questions. Game. We've been inundated with an email.
Hang on a minute.
What?
I say that.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry.
We've been inundated with an email.
Hang on. I say we've been.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
We've been
Inundated with an email. I'm glad we got there in the end. Sorry, mate.
There's another 10 seconds of our life gone.
They will never get back.
Yeah. Anne from Burnley. Because your men, oh, thank you,
That's what
advice
she
on
thinks.
advice on Christmas presents for the men in my life, please. Oh dear me. Oh, I hate doing Christmas presents.
It's not a good question for me, Tom, because my
No.
kids and my girlfriend every year, they ask me what I want for Christmas, and I go, I haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
So it's not a good one for me unless you can advise Anne.
Oh, I can't. You see, I always give my kids money because I hate giving
Yeah.
presents. And then, 6 months later, oh, how did that present do? And they go, oh, not open it yet.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'd
I don't
rather give
suppose-
them money.
I don't suppose you can go wrong with the usual, sort of box of shorts, socks, bit of a bit of a smelly gift set, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with any of them, really.
Maybe if it's your fella, your husband, so maybe have a look at his watch. Maybe buy him a new watch if
something
he
like
needs
that, yeah.
one.
Or if he's into a bit of jewellery, like a necklace or something, or a ring or anything like that, would go down well. Oh, his size, a shirt,
Yeah,
that kind of thing, yeah.
yeah. But it's an awkward one, isn't it, though?
Yeah, I think that's the best we can do on that one. Bob from Barrow. If you join the British forces, which one would you join?
Go on.
I know what you'd join, but I think I would join the army just because my dad, my dad was in the army.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you'd go for.
Go on.
Straight away, the Air Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like flying, that's why.
Exactly.
Would you go for... Yeah, my dad was in the army. He was in the 8th Army with Montgomery, my dad.
My dad played the last post at Montgomery's funeral.
Oh, did he? What, on the bugle?
Yeah, the bugle, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, my claim to fame, that with my dad.
My father was in France when the first shot was fired.
Really?
Yeah, he was back home when the second one. You're right, mate. You're dead right. Yeah, you know me. I'd join the RAF.
defo.
Mate.
I knew that straight away when that come out, Tom.
If there wasn't a war, I wouldn't join, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't join
Yeah,
of my own
exactly, yeah.
free will. So
No, yeah.
No, bugger out. Oh, it's me, Tina from Gorton. Many years ago in Manchester, there was a place that had a fairground, dog track, speedway track, on a zoo, etc. What was it called?
I know this. I used to go as a kid.
Yeah, do you remember it? I
Yeah.
used to go, yeah.
It was great. It was a great
Go on
day out.
then. What was it?
Bellevue.
Bellevue.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
It had everything. It was
It did, yeah.
fantastic. So exciting, wasn't it?
It was fantastic, Tom. I remember going there. I must have been, I don't know, maybe about 7, 8-year-old, some of that, approximately. And it was just a fantastic day out.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
And you'll never guess this.
Go on.
I still go.
Oh, you go to the Speedway, don't you?
I go to the Speedway, yeah, at Bellevue
Brilliant.
with my
Yeah.
sister.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I've been a few times. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, but the memories. All in all, if you ask somebody around sort of the north-ish, everybody's been to Bellevue, I would have thought.
Yeah, brilliant. And it's good that they've still got the Speedway track there.
It's a new one, Andy.
Is it a new one?
Yeah, brand new one now.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
is it still on the same site as it was?
I think it's a little bit further down the road.
Further
and
down, right.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
building a big new
Right,
dog
got
track
you.
as well, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Brilliant.
Yeah, nice one.
Norman from Blackpool. Ooh, hello, Norman. The famous tower holds the most famous ballroom. Do either of you or have you ever danced? Well, mine's a very easy answer, Tom. I do not dance because I can't dance.
You've had the St. Vitus, though, haven't you?
The thing with me being a musician, all my rhythms in the upper part of my body, my hands and that, not in my feet. Definitely
Yeah.
not in my feet.
Yeah, that's why you keep your girlfriends so long. They,
Yeah.
mine's all in my feet. No, I do dance, but only in a part in maybe a play or a musical or
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
not
Yeah,
really.
I've seen you dance. I've done shows with you where you've done a bit of dancing, Tom.
Yeah, it's not proper dancing, is
Yeah.
it? It's buggering about dancing, my dancing, isn't it? Really?
But I'll tell you what, you did better than I would do with the dancing. I'm shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Shocking.
don't. To be honest, I don't like dancing. I used to do it with Russ Abbott when I was at the BBC, and we had to do one a
Yeah.
week. And
If
I
I was,
used to
I'll give you an
bloody
example,
hate it.
Tom. If I was a celebrity, right, there's no way in a million years you'd ever find me on Strictly or
No.
Dancing on Ice. I just haven't got it. It's not me. It's
Nah,
way out of my comfort zone, you know.
yeah, nah, forget that. Sorry, Norman. Dean from Leeds is here we go. Is Gareth Southgate the right England manager? I'll leave that to you, Andy.
No, I don't think he is.
Good. I'm glad you
I'd
said
like
that.
to see a manager for England that can play good attacking football.
Attacking football.
And
I
Gareth
agree.
Southgate is not the man for that.
No.
You know what my tip for the next England manager is, Tom?
What?
And we've spoke about this in the past. Eddie Howe from Newcastle.
Well, what did I say years ago? You know, when Arsene Wenger left,
Yeah.
and I said Eddie Howe should
Eddie Howe,
take that, and because they're going to take 5 years to build a new team,
Yeah.
they should have snatched his hand off.
They should have done, because the thing with Eddie Howe is he kept Bournemouth up for 4 seasons.
Yeah, he's a great manager.
Not only kept them up, but mid-table finishers. A little team like Bournemouth with a 10,000 capacity stadium and no money.
Yeah,
He got them playing great football,
yeah,
and then he's had a bit of time out, gone to Newcastle. He's took Newcastle from bottom
yeah.
to third in the Premier League. And they've not, I know they've got all that money now, but they've not spent a lot in the summer.
No.
And he's got them
No.
playing great attacking football, Tom.
He put together the same team as what were at the bottom. The same players, basically.
Yeah. So it proves that he's a good manager.
Yeah,
And he should be the next England manager. When they get rid of Southgate, they should look no further than Eddie Howe.
Because Newcastle, before he went there, had become probably one of the worst teams.
They were shocking.
They were awful.
And you know something, Tom? He had a bit of a rocky start when he got there.
Well, yeah,
But he sorted it out. He's tinkered about with the team.
Yeah.
And honestly, to watch Newcastle play now,
They're happy, aren't they?
they play great attacking football.
Yeah.
Hence why they're third in the Premier League.
And England don't. I hate watching England. I prefer watching Scotland and Wales, and the only reason being is they play with the hearts. You know. What I mean?
We just need to attack more and run faster. Colin from Alderley Edge. Ferrari or Lambo?
Oh,
Lambo for me.
Lambo, are you?
Yeah, Lambo, yeah.
Ferrari for me.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Tom.
I just find the Lambo a tiny bit flashy,
Yeah.
and I like I don't like the Ferraris that like one-seater racing cars. I'm not into that.
No.
But a good old lovely Ferrari I like in red.
In red, I'm going to say, got to be in red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You like the old Lambo though.
I like Ferraris, don't get me wrong, but give me
yeah.
one or the other, I'd probably go for a Lambo, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
It's for the noise, innit? You love waking the neighbours up.
Love it.
With one thing and another.
Well, it's been very enjoyable, but that's the end of...
Hang on, I say that.
Oh, sorry, mate.
It's been very enjoyable, but that's the end of Inundated with an Email.
And now we pop down to the Happy Days Rest Home.
Oh, dear me. Oh, cool. Blimey, that's a nasty cough you got there, Wolf.
Frog in the throat, Jack.
A frog in the throat sounds more like a toad in the hole to me. Oh, God, I'm bored.
I'll tell you what, we can have a game of strip poker if you fancy, Jack.
No, I keep getting told off by the nurse for sitting with me Cumberland and 2 veg hanging out. Yeah, you're too good at it, Wolf.
How about a game of blackjack then?
No. I keep getting told off by the nurse for sitting around with me Cumberland and 2 veg hanging out for that as well.
I've often wondered, are you finished up, naked, over a simple game of blackjack?
I've no idea, Wolf.
Nurse even give you a right telling off for dangling your Cumberland and 2 veg in front of telly after they beat you at snap. You do know that every time I shout snap, you don't have to take your clothes off, don't you, Jack?
Oh, really?
You did it on Buzz as well, didn't you? When we played rock, paper, scissors.
Well, they had me shopping in both hands. I had to press the bell with something, didn't I? Whoa, hey up. Oh, yeah, who's the young lady there who's just walked in?
Oh, that's the makeup girl. She's called in to do a bit of makeup for ladies. You know, a bit of mascara, a bit of rouge.
Oh.
Just to give them a treat.
Oh, right. I'll ask Gladys if she fancies it.
Fancies what?
I was just saying, Gladys, do you fancy being touched up?
Nurse, he's at it again.
It's time for Oh My God, be careful not to skid your kecks. Believe it or not.
My father had a heart attack, and I showed up at the hospital at 3 a.m, but initially wasn't allowed in. However, I was finally let in by a male nurse who calmed me down and allowed me to see my father. He was so kind to our family, and when my grandmother was in the same hospital, she was cared for by the same male nurse. About a year later, I received a call from my dad telling me to turn on the news. Turns out the male nurse was Charles Cullen, who famously confessed to murdering up to 40 patients in the same hospital.
Oh dear.
It's a shame your father lived. We wouldn't have had to listen to this boring bollocks then, would we?
I was eating lunch at McDonald's when Bill Murray sat down at my table, stole a fry, dipped it into my tomato sauce, and ate it. He then looked at me and said, "Nobody's going to believe you," and walked away.
Oh dear. Bill Murray, eh?
Andy Murray, yes.
Bill Murray, my ass. When I was 19, my boyfriend was stabbed to death while breaking up a fight. 2 years later, my new boyfriend and I moved into a house that was split into 2 flats. I worked with the girl next door. Turns out she was my boyfriend's killer's girlfriend at the time. Can you believe it? Oh dear. You were a bit quick to move on to the next boyfriend, missy. Hardly enough time to whip the knife out of boyfriend one's back.
I accidentally set my best friend up on a blind date with her ex-husband. Their jaws dropped when the door opened and they were facing each other. No more fixing blind dates for me.
Oh dear. Someone's bullshitting here. How can they see each other if they're blind, I ask myself.
Oh.
We're off to court 1, where you, the listener, yes, that's you, will be the jury. Did the claimant win or lose the case? You decide.
All stand.
Morning all, judgmental here.
Good morning, my lord. Mr. Schmuck bought a digger from a company and was going to sell the digger to another company the next day for a profit. Unfortunately, he arrived to pick up the digger and the company had closed for the weekend. The company who he was going to sell it to cancelled the order because of a late delivery. Mr. Schmuck is suing the first company for £50,000 for closing early and losing him the deal.
Did Mr. Schmuck win his £50,000 compensation? Or did it cost him a fortune in court costs?
It was, in fact, a made-up case. No digger, no company, just one schmuck.
Oh, dear.
Oh, guess what, Tom?
What? Where are we up to?
I'll tell you where we're up to. Before we start, I always say,
Yeah?
and now it's time for, then we both say, clever or kahunas. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And now it's time for, no,
Sorry, slip of the tongue.
and now it's time for
Clever or kahunas? Right. For the last few weeks, I've been losing by one, haven't I?
Yeah, you've had a little slip. You won the week
I
before.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not been doing
the last
too-
episode. You lost by 1 point, and we were very generous with each other on that last episode.
I think so. I think maybe we drank a little bit too much tea last week.
We did, yeah. Here, let's have another drink of tea.
I'm gonna no.
Mm. Cheers, mate.
You like me? You don't have sugar, do you?
No, I don't have sugar. No, no
No.
tea.
Not in tea.
No, not
We
in
only
tea.
in coffee.
I
Right.
don't have it in anything, be honest with you.
Kahuna! I was watching a film about a killer tea bag. I took my young son with me. It was a PG rating.
Hey, that is a kahuna, and I'm giving you your kahuna.
Yeah?
And I thought you told the gag well. I'm giving you 4 on your kahuna.
Oh, thank you.
5. Good start, that, Tom.
Thank you very much. And thanks for the praise.
Hey, you're welcome anytime. Anytime. Just don't forget it as we go along.
He gives with one hand and takes with the other.
Kahuna. Kahuna.
Oh, okay.
Today, I shocked the hell out of my postman by opening the door completely naked. I'm not sure what surprised him the most, my nudity or the fact that I know where he lives. Hey?
You can have a 4
Yeah.
and your 2 kahunas.
Oh, thanks, mate.
But can I just give you a tiny bit of advice?
Yes, yes.
You should have had a clever on that as well.
Oh.
You should have had a clever kahuna.
Do you know what? I thought about
What?
a clever, but I thought I'm not going to push it.
Yeah, I get
I'm
you.
not going to push it.
Yeah,
Not just a steady start.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like to push it at the beginning, do you?
No, otherwise
need
you've
to
nowhere to go, you see.
That's it.
You know,
But
you know my strategy, Tom, don't you?
Yeah, cheat as much as you can. Yeah. No, but well told, mate. Well
Thanks,
told.
Tom.
Nice
Thank
gag.
you.
Yeah. Right, now then. Clever. Kahuna.
Ooh.
Since my uncle retired as a taxi driver, he's never looked back.
I like that.
I like that. Good.
Yeah. What did you have on that?
I had a clever and a kahuna.
You know something, Tom?
Don't.
I'd give you a double kahuna on that as well.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you 4 on your clever and your kahuna. That's 6.
6. Okay. Fair enough. Thanks. Thanks for the advice.
Here we go. Clever kahuna.
All right.
Why do Jamaicans fear opening car doors?
Don't know.
Dreadlocks.
A clever and a kahuna.
Yeah.
Is it clever? It is, isn't it?
It is clever, that, yeah. Dreadlocks.
It's also crap as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. It's
So
a bit
you
of both, that.
Yeah, you get your 4 and 1 of each. Yeah, you get a 6, mate.
Thank you.
Right. Oh. Clever? Clever. I saw a psychiatrist because I have a fear of getting married. He said, "Do you know the symptoms?" I says, "I can't say I do."
What did you have on that, Tom?
Clever.
Yeah, you're having your double clever. You're having 6.
That's it. Thank you very much. You're being very fair today.
Yeah.
Makes a change.
Clever kahuna. Kahuna.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, my God. Go on.
What does an aeroplane and a fake blonde have in common?
Don't know.
Black box.
What did you have?
I had a clever kahuna.
Let's have a look at it. Is it clever? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to knock one off, I'm afraid.
What a kahuna?
Yeah. It's not that. It's more clever than kahuna,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I pushed it, didn't I?
As they say, you pushed your luck.
Pushed me luck. So that's what you're giving me for the gag.
I'm not going to take marks away off you. I'm going to give you 4, but I'm just going to take a kahuna off you. I'm not going to mark you down.
You're not going to mark me down for it. Oh, that's very
No.
generous of you, Tom.
Get out of here, we're friends.
Yeah.
So that's a 4 and a 2.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll bear that in mind, Tom, when it comes to you. If I have,
Yeah, please do. Clever. Kahuna. I'm laughing, I've just read it.
So you've got a double clever and a kahuna.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just killed a massive spider crawling across the floor with my shoe. I don't really care how big the spider is, but no one steals my shoes.
Like it. Yeah, like it.
That's a nice gag.
Yeah. Yeah, put yourself down for 7 there.
A 7?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Thank you. That's funny. It's the picture, you see,
Isn't it? Yeah. This is a good one as well. This is the picture as well.
Go on.
I'm going for a clever.
Okay.
Police have confirmed that the man who tragically fell from the roof of an 18th-floor nightclub was not a bouncer.
Yeah. You laughing at your own joke.
It's funny that. It makes me laugh that.
It is funny.
Again, you picture it, don't you? It's not the bouncer.
Did he die? Yeah, he's not a bouncer.
Yeah.
Right, a clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. That's a 6, isn't it? Yeah, without a doubt.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Clever. Clever. Kahuna.
Oh.
Did you hear Keith Richards and Mick Jagger's airplane went down after a goose flew into the engine? Killed 2 stones with 1 bird.
What did you have on that, Tom?
I had a clever kahuna.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to take your kahuna off you because it's a clever gag. It's a clever gag.
Yeah.
It's more clever than crap, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Killed 2 stones with 1 bird. It's a clever gag, that, Tom.
Yeah.
You should have had a triple clever on that.
Yeah. I knew it was coming because I took one off you.
So I'm giving you... I'm not going to deduct you one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not going to do
Hang on
that.
a minute. Is the tape playing back again?
I'm gonna give you a 6. Your 4 and your 2.
All right, thank you.
I'll tell you what,
Thanks for not deducting.
We've been quite consistent with the marking of the gags this week, haven't we? We've been generous at 4 points.
Yeah.
Clever kahuna.
Okay.
I entered 10 puns in a contest to see which would win. No pun intended.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
That's a clever and a kahuna.
It's a clever kahuna, that, defo.
Oh, dear. I'm struggling. I really am. I'm going to give it you, but I am struggling with the kahuna. That is so funny.
It is funny.
It's a double clever, that.
Well, I thought there is a bit of a kahuna in it as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll give it.
I just think a bit of a kahuna.
No, yeah, you've sold it okay, mate, to me.
Thank God for that.
Right. Kahuna.
Oh.
What do you call... Sorry.
Go on.
What do you call a rare fart in Egypt? A Tutankhamun.
Like it.
A Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun.
A toot.
Tutankhamun. Oh, I'm giving you 4 and you
Yeah.
2. Yeah,
Oh,
6.
thanks. That is a funny gag.
It's a
that.
funny gag, that.
Oh, it's the last one, mate.
Right, let me just think of this now. Clever.
Oh, okay.
My best friend rewired a lift in our building so it would always display the wrong floor. It was wrong on so many levels.
Was that a clever?
Clever, that.
Yeah, you've got 6, mate.
Oh,
That was
thanks,
good.
mate.
That's good. Funny, that. Right, let's have a look. Now then, mine, 5 and 6 is 11, and 6 is 17, and 7 is 24, and 6 is 30, and 6 is 36.
Is that your score?
Yeah, and
Good.
you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sixes.
36.
There we go. It's a draw.
A draw.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
I think we were quite consistent tonight. That's probably one of the
6.
most consistent markings we've ever done on each other's gags.
It's getting so close to doing a tour,
It is, isn't it?
isn't it, now?
We just
I
need
can
a sponsor now,
see us
don't we? We just
at
need a
the-
sponsor.
Yeah, I can see us now at the O2, 20,000.
I can't wait, Tom.
Yeah,
Can't
it'd
wait.
be brilliant. It's going to be brilliant. We're going to make loads of money as well, don't forget.
Ooh, you never know.
Stacks.
Stacks of it.
We're going to have so much money, we're just not going to do the podcast. We're going to go stick your podcast.
Stick your podcast. Let's go on the road.
Yeah, forget it. Yeah, that was good, mate. And
Enjoy that, Tom.
was...
Sorry, mate.
It's okay. And that was...
Clever or
kahunas. And now it's time for a bit of boys chat.
Right, I've got a subject, Tom, just to... We're not going to go on and on about this, but I'm just going to make a point on this because I think it's important. The
Right.
World Cup is currently being held in Qatar,
All right.
and it's turned into a bit of a political show, if truth be known,
Yeah.
mainly from the media and the
Mm.
pundits.
Yeah.
And the word hypocrites spring to mind
Mm-hmm.
because if they're that against it being held in Qatar,
Yeah.
then they should have refused to go. But they're all there earning money out of it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Exactly.
And, you know, all this, there was a lot of media about wearing the One Love armband, and the German players put their hands over their mouth in the first match that they played because
Yeah.
FIFA stepped in and said, if you do this, then there's going to be sanctions to be had and this, that, the other.
Yeah.
You know, whatever your feelings on Qatar, I've been to the Middle East countries, Tom. I've been to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar.
Mm.
And let me tell you, Tom, it's their rules, it's what they are, and you don't mess with it. It's as simple as that, mate. You
Yeah.
don't mess with it. And nobody has the right to go into them countries and mess with whether you agree with it or not. Nobody's got that right to do that.
Yeah.
So if there was this against Qatar holding the World Cup, all these countries should have got together 12 years ago when they announced it and said, look,
Yeah.
we ain't going.
Yeah.
So if they'd have all stuck together, then they might have had to look at changing the country that they were going to hold it in. But they haven't. And what they've done, Tom, they've proved to me that they're just all mouth and no action,
Yeah.
really. They're good at
Yeah.
spouting it off. You know, there's one country I've actually got total and utter respect for, and that's Iran.
Why is that, Andy?
I'll tell you why, Tom, because we know the troubles that are going off in Iran with their government at the moment.
Right.
And the Iranian footballers and the supporters refused to sing the national anthem. They've got issues with it, you know, with this thing with women and this one thing and
Oh,
another.
really?
Yeah, and there's a young girl I don't know if she's being killed or
Yes, it's been in the
yeah,
news. Yeah.
But respect to them, Tom, because instead of mouthing off and shouting to the world, what they've done is hit them right where they need to hit them, and by refusing to sing that national anthem. So respect for that, instead of just mouthing off and spouting off like our lot do and other people.
Yeah.
And, you know, they go on about this, about Arabs and this, that, the other, and their religion, whatever, the Islamic religion. Yeah, fair enough. But they don't moan, Tom, as well, when they come over here and buy our football clubs.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So it's hypocrites at the highest level, in my opinion.
Well, you've said everything I would have said, mate.
Oh,
we
thanks,
do
Tom.
think do think very similarly.
We
you
do,
and I.
I think it stinks, Tom. Just get on with the football. Stop mouthing off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's calmed down a little bit now, I think, because they've realised that they can't really say much more about it. What's being said is being said. But let's see more action instead of words. That's what I'm saying.
See, simply what gets at my goat is we try to educate the world.
Yeah.
You know, we're worse than anybody. They, like you say, they've got their own rules, they've got their own religion, then it's nothing to do with us.
Exactly.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
If they've got something about gays, well, that's up to them. It's
Up to
not
them.
for us to tell them they are wrong.
Exactly. And the thing is, Tom, if you don't like it, don't go to the country.
Don't go to the country.
But the problem is that we have here, as we all know, is people can quite easily come to this country and change everything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's got any balls. And it's proved this on this World Cup, that they haven't got any balls.
Nothing with the World Cup if you know balls.
Well, you're knackered, aren't you, without any balls?
Yeah, it's called running, isn't it? Yeah, nice one, Andy. Well said, pal.
Thanks, pal.
And that was
A Bit of Boys
Chat. Oh, line 2.
Hello, it's Father O'Reilly. What is an old person called in Egypt?
What is an old person called in Egypt? A
geezer.
geezer.
You pair of fat fliddling, rimming backdoor bag of twats.
Thank you very much, Reverend. We've got a treat for you younger listeners, right? They're actually chat-up lines used by people, these, obviously when they were drunk.
But first, a bit of romantic music to set the scene in the discotheque. There must be something wrong with my eyes. I can't take them off you.
If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
You must be a light switch, because every time I see you, you turn me on.
I'm like a chocolate pudding. I might look rank, but I'm as sweet as can be. Can you imagine saying that to a woman?
I bet your last name is Jacobs, because you're a real cracker.
I'm not drunk, I'm just intoxicated by you.
I'll cook you dinner if you cook me breakfast. So there you go, you youngsters. Some tips from these wise, well-lived gents here in podcast land. Good luck, because you'll need it.
And that was Fabulous Chat-Up Lines. Well, that's it from Tom and Andy's podcast show.
Yes, and thanks for joining us.
Big thanks to our sponsors, the Music Factory Blackpool, and of course our producer, Doris. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.